Welcome to the Solid Waste Committee meeting. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, both directors are here. What is your opinion of the agenda? Any changes to the agenda?
No changes.
All right, I say we've approved the agenda.
And I'll second that. Public comment. Do we have any public on Zoom?
Yes, we have Cheryl Roden. Do you have a public comment?
Hi, no, not right now. I might later and I'll flap my camera or something if I do. How's that? Thanks.
Thank you.
I actually do have a public comment that was sent to me by email. It's from Dan and Vicki Adams, and it says, I make numerous dump loads every spring and summer to help fireproof my property. I live on a 27-acre parcel bought by my dad in 1968, and it requires the continual removal of dead trees, dead branches, and numerous weeds to keep it fire safe. If you stop the dump cards, that would be terrible. We don't live in housing tracts in the high desert, and we need to be treated differently than those who do. Please reconsider discontinuing the dump cards. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, in person? Nope, nobody in person. Approval of minutes. I'll approve the minutes from first.
Yep, that's fine, a second.
Okay. Review of program events.
So the county just held their used oil filter event at AutoZone. I won't have data for that till next quarter. That's when they do the reporting. I'm assuming it was attended as normal. We have a community cleanup and tire day scheduled for November 5th, 8 a.m. to noon at CR&R's yard. We're looking into the possibility of adding a shred fest to it. So if we do, that'll be advertised. Nice. Let's see what happens there. Nothing really new or noteworthy at this time, other than in order to get some of our programming up and running, and now that I know I'm not getting any new staff from Sheep Creek in the office, I will be bringing to the board the addition of a new position for solid waste.
Okay.
Because there's a lot to be done
Yeah.
before we start billing.
Okay.
Okay. And do we need the tire collection on the 13th? How did that one go?
We had the stats, I believe, in the last report. Didn't we? No, we didn't. I thought you gave a
don't-
verbal stat report.
Yeah, that one I sent over all of the tires. We sent them down right away,
Okay,
and I sent you all the receipts for those. So
Okay.
you do have them in email, but we ended up filling up like 4 roll-offs full.
for roll-offs.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it went great. We didn't do any solid waste, which we are going to do for this one too. Then the one coming up in November, but it went off without a hitch. Went great.
But a
Okay.
lot of tires out of the desert.
A lot.
Nice. I like that.
I'll update this section before it goes in the board packet to
Okay.
have the estimated number of tires.
Okay, thank you. Okay. On to SB 1383 compliance. How are we
So,
going with that?
de minimis is just on here, just to keep that in the forefront of our minds, that we're gonna be considering that as we go through any ordinance revisions. We already passed procurement, so we can go ahead and remove that from here. The timeline, page, where's that? Page 7 of the packet. The same for now. I have a meeting with CR&R corporate to discuss possible alternatives to the 3-barrel collection service. It's really to be determined if we can even get anything like that done as far as some type of commingled barrel or anything before we implement residential service in July. So it's still up in the air as to how our service looks, what it's going to look like, how it's actually going to function. It may start off as 3 and then transition down to 2, maybe even 1. It just depends on what we're able to get CRNR to agree to, as well as what the county's going to permit.
A
So
lot of unknowns still.
there's still so many unknowns in this, which is why we really can't start any outreach at this time, because it's hard to educate when we don't know what's coming. We don't know what anything's gonna cost. And so, these are our goals. It's looking very feasible for January 1 of next year for the commercial implementation, because there's so few that are actually going to need organics collection. And so we will have to put together the cost of service rates for that in this quarter or next quarter and bring those to the board for adoption.
Okay.
Lots coming.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody, if the business can transition, hopefully we can get the community to, by
Yeah.
watching that.
And honestly, we're really hoping that Circle Green will be permitted out in El Mirage for the compost facility by the time we implement commercial, because we don't have that much. So it doesn't make sense to trek it far away. And so they're in their final stages, from my understanding, for their compost facility to be up and running. And cross your fingers, it's there, because that's going to impact the rates. So.
Well, and they'll be able to help others in the community that have more than just ours going there.
Yeah, there's a huge need for capacity right now. And they're ahead of the game. They're, 3 years in on their CUP, so.
Soon, hopefully that'll be something we have positive soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
Nope, sounds good.
Okay. Anything from the public?
Cheryl's screen's off, so that's a no.
We'll move on.
No, not right now, thanks.
Okay. Staff report.
Okay, so I have a handout for the management report. Sorry it's a little late, just took a minute to get some of the data. As you'll notice on here, we broke the 5,000 mark for residential accounts,
Yay.
just steadily climbing. Recycling went down a little bit from this month over last month. Next month, you'll actually see we will have issued a citation. So we're dealing with that right now.
Okay.
This is on the one that you're talking about in commercial?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So dealing with that right now, putting our ordinance into action.
Okay.
We have an issue which I'm happy to discuss offline,
Okay.
and that's about it. Do you have any questions? I already covered the event.
And
Oh,
this-
you know what? One big one I forgot about. Good news. We did get 20,000 from CalRecycle towards SB 1383 implementation, which I'll be using to contract with a kind of a PR consulting firm for solid waste to do some workshops starting in January. So we'll have a good moderator of that that's very knowledgeable of SB 1383, district representative, hopefully a county representative, CRNR, and working on getting a CalRecycle representative. We'll do it on Zoom, so everyone's able to attend, and we'll have it recorded.
That'll be helpful.
So that's good news. $20,000 to
that's
pay for our
nice.
consultants.
That helps a lot. Okay. Review of action items. Do we have any?
There were none.
Okay.
Current or prior?
There are none, other than I will be updating my report to have the statistics on the tires.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to add for the information in the meeting?
So far, so good. No, I'm good.
Okay.
We did go out and take a look at some of the sites that were having their barrels stolen,
That's
the
right.
commercial
Yes.
sites, and just kind of identifying which ones maybe a heavier dumpster that can't be carted off would be appropriate.
Yeah, and so far we've replaced those ones. And then the one was the kind of weird one. I think they have it at another location under the same account. But they're replaced right now, and if they end up going missing again, that's when we'll go ahead and issue the metal bins.
Yeah, and outreach is gonna be done to let them know to secure them, because, I mean,
Okay.
it's a nice valuable commodity there. Nice barrel to use around your house that's full of recyclables. So,
Wow, but they are labeled, right? So if
Yeah.
you did find them later on, you would know they're yours.
Oh yeah, they're all labeled. They're
Okay.
labeled CRNR and
Yeah.
recycle.
And
so.
they're serial numbered, aren't they?
They
Where they each
each
one has
have
their
a number on them, yeah. But
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
you'd be able to
either way,
tell.
if we see them,
Yeah.
obviously we know we got those ones strictly for our commercial accounts. So if we see them anywhere, including passing our facility on the way to the dump, we're gonna know where to go.
Okay.
yep.
Oh, good. Okay. And setting the next agenda for October 13th. Let me pull out and make sure that's in my calendar. And so the procurement will be removed.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
done with that.
Okay, is there anything else more we need to add to it or remove?
I don't think so. If anything comes up, we'll add it, or if you think of anything, just let me know.
Okay.
Oh. Is there anything the public would like to add before we close up the meeting?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome, thank you.
Oh, I have one question. Where
Yes.
did I put my question? It was, is it SB 1016 that, is governing the measurement system now?
I don't know about that, Bill, do you?
I have not received a briefing from CalRecycle on it. Is it still pending legislation?
Maybe CNR on,
Brent?
maybe
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Did
You
she?
said 1016,
1016?
is that correct?
Yeah, SB, I'm just wondering what is the governing legislation now for the measurement?
That's a good question. I can look into it and get back to you, Cheryl.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
That's what's on the Cal Recycle site.
Yeah, I believe that they converted from the volume to the actual tonnage, correct?
I believe they did.
Yeah,
That's correct.
I was recently going over the site too, and I
Yeah.
think that was the old one, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
which
sure.
we
Brent
knew
will come
that
back
was
with it.
coming,
Yeah.
because we were benefiting from the by volume calculations of our recycle dumpsters, because we're getting credit for it being full, and now it's going to be actually by weight.
Oh, wow.
So now we're gonna see a drop in our current recycling numbers, so we'll go from 3% to 1%.
Okay,
And one more question, are we over or under 200,000 tons of solid waste? Or do we know?
Under,
We're under, okay, thanks.
okay. Brent, would you like to add anything?
no, I don't have anything at this time. Thank you.
Okay, well, then I will wrap this meeting up and call for the adjournment at 4:44.
44.
Okay.
Hey Brent, can you just hang on the Zoom after the meeting?
Yes, I will.